Good evening, Willing. Thank you so much for coming in such a number. And this is really happy occasion for me. Hopefully for you it will be as well. It's like, I have a feeling it's like a kind of a spiritual party or something. Yeah, so it's a powerful day, my favorite day of the year, 11th. And I like this number, I like this energy. It's energy of freedom. New people are still coming in, okay. And basically what I wanted is to share this joy of freedom with you, to give you some information, to share some knowledge. What I understand is a soul contract, and what does it mean to end that contract, and to celebrate my own termination of soul contracts. So I will just share some info with you and then show you how you can formulate your will to be totally free. If you wish to do it, we will do it together at the end. But before that, I need to explain what I mean by it, to have an informed consent, yeah? So it's about that. We have three basic forms of death. There is karmic death, there is dharmic death. I'm using some Sanskrit terms, I will explain. And there is death you have towards yourself. So karmic death, karma means action, law of action and reaction, meaning that every thought, word or deed must meet its own same and opposite reaction. So that is the law within the duality universe. It is much said and written about karma, but basically that means that for the body and the mind and consciousness, whatever action is done, mental action, verbal action or physical action, must meet its own reaction. And by that reaction we are conditioned. We are conditioned. If we do not meet all the reactions within this life, we have another life, and another life. And cycles goes on and on until all the karmic debt is paid. Negative thoughts and words and actions will create suffering. So suffering is a friction that burns this seed of karma, meaning impulse, intention to have negative thought or word or action. Every positive thought, word and action will also meet its reaction. And the result or the reaction is not gross suffering, but state of conditioning, because we can be conditioned by the good as well. So basically, as long as we operate within duality universe, we need to have a reaction and to basically either suffer it or be conditioned, so there is no freedom. On the other hand, what is called dharmic death, they translate it like a soul mission, explain it kind of a soul mission. So when you finish with your karma, you outgrow duality universe, duality reality. You enter unity reality, unity universe. And that is universe of love and service. So your soul activates contract, agreement you agreed upon before incarnation. So until your karma is finished, your dharma is not fully activated. Yes, to some extent, but not fully activated. But when your karma is finished, your dharmic debt is activated, and you need to have to pay off this debt through service to the higher principle, through the service to the humanity and this planet. Basically, you need to help at least one person to outgrow karma, to overcome karma. These processes are simultaneous. When I say karma must finish for dharma to start, that's for you, for us, meaning you're consciously, willingly starting to live out your dharmic debt. But even while we are struggling with karmic debt, our dharma is going on, but it is executed not by you, but by the principles or entities with whom you have a soul agreement. So you may say, as we are working to eradicate our karmic debt, someone or something is doing macro work using our hidden potential. So let me explain this. There is a law in nature, in creation, that every aspect of creation is in use. There is nothing that exists as an ability that is not used. There is a potential, unmanifested potential for development of future abilities. And that is of course not used because these abilities are not activated. They are not real yet. This is just a potential. But whatever quality or power or ability exists is manifested. It's used. What does it mean? Like we say, we use small percentage of our brain power, of our consciousness power, potential. Let's say 10%, although it's too generous, but let's say 10%. So what's going on with this 90%? Is it just dormant? So that's not way of the nature of creation, of creator. So this 90% of your brain is used by the spiritual energies or by highly evolved beings or by malicious beings. So when some potential is there, if you don't use it, someone will. And that is the law of nature. Hopefully, this dormant potential will be used by someone with goodwill. And that is the reason why soul contracts are made in advance. To prevent malicious use of your hidden and non-activated potential. Used until your expansion of consciousness reach certain threshold, when you become aware of that agreement, that contract, you become aware what is your mission, soul mission, and you start to do that, to follow your mission willingly, consciously. So, dharmic agreement or soul contract is made within the universe of oneness. It's always for the service of higher good, for everyone and everything, and until we awake ourselves to become aware of that soul mission, of that death. That's karma of the soul. Dharma is karma of the soul. Spiritual energies or higher entities, basically it's always source of the life, creator, through some intermediaries, is using these higher abilities for the good of everyone, to do macro work. And that's also conditioned state. So once you become aware of it, you need to take the responsibility for executing that mission and start to do it willingly. You cannot say, okay, I won't do it. There is a price that comes with the life of the body, with the life of the mind, with the life of consciousness, with the life of soul, and with the life of your very self. So basically, once you become aware of that mission, you start to do it willingly, consciously, And at some point, you fulfill at least 80% of conditions written in agreement. And you are free from it. What we are witnessing now, last couple of years, especially this autumn, is that there is a mass revoking of contracts and soul agreements, meaning we are free, so masses of people are free from these agreements, soul contracts. Because of the specific moment human civilization and planet is going through at the moment, this is necessary movement, necessary event. And I am free from it as well. And I'm celebrating it. But my mission is over. The way how I am celebrating it, I will plant 108 fruit trees in 3 days on my farm. So to eat eventually the fruit of my labor. And someone may think, what's wrong with the soul mission? Why it should terminate? Well, from the simple reason, because it is not for freedom. I was always quite angry about it, because it's conditioning. Even love can have its form of conditioning. Of course, that's not true love. True love must be equal to freedom. That's why I say a form of it. So, the third type of debt we have towards our own self. Karma is for the body and the mind and consciousness. Dharma is for the soul. And this third type of debt is for your very self, your inner self, your very being, which is the core of your soul. And that debt is really, really simple. It's freedom. Absolute freedom. That's what we owe to ourselves. That's the only thing Creator expects from us. To outgrow all and every form of conditioning and to be totally free. So you may say we owe it to ourselves or to Creator, that's the same thing. Basically, when creating our being, our I am, the spiritual part of our soul, the core of our soul, Creator built in impulse for freedom, absolute freedom from any form of conditioning. Why should someone force me with a contract I have signed before I was fully aware what it means? Why someone should force on me something that should be my choice? It's like paying gambler's debt of your father. Your father made it. If you don't inherit anything good, you should not inherit anything bad. But if you inherit something from your father, then you inherit his debt as well. So, my point is, whatever is not done in total freedom of choice, in free will, that's basically meaningless to me. Why I should be obliged by some contract, some agreement, to do good to others, to love, to share the light? Why should I be forced? I should be free from it. So I'm not speaking of freedom of choice like I can choose darkness as well. When you come to that level of expansion of your consciousness, that you become aware of your soul agreement, you know the name of your soul, you become your soul. Body and mind is somewhere behind the horizon. Your consciousness must be so pure that you don't have these dark impulses anymore. It's only natural for you to serve others as extension of yourself. So then you can and you are allowed, and in my opinion you should, terminate soul agreement, soul contract, and start to fulfill this duty you have towards your own self. That is absolute freedom. The issue is, with full individualization, fully relying on yourself, is that you need to fully rely on yourself. So, until you are within the boundaries of soul agreement, soul contract, you're like a part of company. You receive salary, you receive bonuses, you're part of the team. So it means you are looked for. Someone takes care of you. And most importantly, someone protects you. Once soul agreement is terminated, you cannot rely automatically on this kind of protection. Now you are a grown up. You are not a child anymore. You should take responsibility for your own protection and protection of your closed ones. And for you, if you are really at that stage, everyone are your closed ones. There is no exception. It's like you quit your job in a big company and become entrepreneur. Excuse me. You become a freelancer. So you don't have these benefits of being employee of a big company, and most probably you need to work even harder, maybe much more hard than you have worked for that company to have the taste of freedom, to have control over your time and being able to decide when you will do, what you will do, how you will do, anything you do, and to provide for yourself and your close ones. So you should be aware that terminating soul contract, soul agreement is basically to live on your own fully. You can rely on all the qualities, on all the knowledge and power that Creator built in yourself, in your core being. And that's your duty to act, and a necessity to activate all the knowledge and all the power, all the love, and fully take responsibility for your life. And not just for your life. When I say you, then on that level, that's inseparable from all creation and all the beings. So it's a joyous moment, but also a bit scary moment, a bit lonely moment. And if you are honest with yourself and look to your heart, and in full understanding what this real freedom means, what are not just rights, but duties, ask yourself, do I want this freedom now? Not, will it be good to have this kind of freedom? Is it my destiny, my heritage, my purpose of life, better to say, to find, to discover, and to live this freedom, but do I want it now? Can you live without any spiritual guidance? Can you live without any protection? Can you live without this bread of light, this spiritual food that we are served on the soul level? Can you guide yourself? Can you protect yourself? Can you feed yourself on the soul level? And all the levels. And furthermore, can you extend these blessings to others? Not to be someone in need, but to be a provider of these blessings for at least one person, preferably on a macro level for everyone and everything. For me personally, my impulse for freedom, towards freedom, was so strong all my life. I couldn't wait this moment to answer yes to all these questions. Yes. I'm ready and I'm willing to live this life of full freedom right now. I dislike the idea that I am paying for this food and protection with my dormant potential. I want to use my dormant potential to activate it. And then you have knowledge, you have power to meet any need you may have on any level or anyone else who is willing to receive it. I don't want to be, it's natural to, I don't even see it as doing good or helping others or like, imagine sun thinking to itself, a star thinking to itself, oh, I'm so good. I shine my light on everyone. I am a bright star. With that thought, that star will cease to exist. Become dark star. That's just crazy. If you are a star, in your nature is to shine. That's why you are a star. So that's totally normal. You don't need a thought, I should do good. You need that thought when you are in karmic phase. You need to force yourself to do good because it's not natural for you. It doesn't come spontaneously. Or to be in debt to some higher beings, to cooperate with them in macro work, in doing good on global and universal level. I like to be freelancer. I am not sectarian type of a person. I don't want to be part of some family and having all the benefits and downsides of family life. I like to be freelancer, to be able to freely join any family, any team for the duration of specific mission that is interesting to me. And I don't see it as a mission I'm joining in. It's simply something is drawing my attention and I want to join. That's all. You see some children playing something that looks as an interesting game for you and you join in. You play with them. It's the same. So you become kind of a stem cell, mother cell. You can play a part of any specified cell in any organ or none of them. So you're just like a universal cell. It means you fit any mission and you don't need to actively participate in any mission also. It's freedom of choice. Real, for the first time, freedom of choice. And as I said, in this time we live in, planet, our galaxy, and humankind is in a great need of truly free individuals. This kind of work that planet is doing and should go through, this kind of transformation, asks for facilitators that are highly individualized beings. Singularity, not a collective, not a team. Yes, teams are doing huge work, spiritual families are doing huge work, definitely. But there is one specific aspect of the transformation planet is going through that can be facilitated only by fully individualized beings, human beings. That's why all soul contracts are terminated, all of them, because a really small percentage of people are having true will for freedom and understand that this freedom is not to do nothing, yeah, you can, or to do any specific thing, but to freely join to any work you find fit for you. It's fun for you, it's interesting for you. That's why many souls are leaving their bodies and leaving planet at these times. Not binded anymore by the soul contracts, they find this pressure of transformation we are going through as a species and as a planet so strong that it's unacceptable for them. And it is really auspicious period of time to leave the body. That's why they are leaving the body. Other souls are finding still finding this a life promising and worth living, life on a planet, human body. So they sign new agreements on the soul level. But this time you can read your agreement before signing. It is the number one rule for signing agreements. Read it. And if possible, consult with a solicitor. Especially pay attention to the fine printing. There lies the trick. And I know myself, I'm so arrogant. Even my soul is arrogant. I was just give me, I will sign it. Whatever it is, I can do it, and no problem. And then I scream and shout why I was so stupid not to read fine print. So basically, you can renegotiate your employment with the divine company. You can change department, you can change even profession, or you can keep it everything the same as it was, just to extend duration of your soul contract. And many people will do that, because many people are afraid of being freelancers. But some will not sign any agreement anymore. Here's the one. I don't want this safety that is coming from conditioning. And you know, to live the life of true freedom, God-given gift to humanity, you have a support from the level of your inner self by the creator himself, herself, itself. Is beyond sex division, discrimination. So, that should suffice. And my choice is, because I'm madly in love with this planet and infatuated with the humanity, I must say. I don't say I like, but I say I love. It's a bit different. It's difficult to like, and it's so easy to love. Humanity as it is, and especially this planet. I think I need eternal life in this physical body to express all my gratitude and passion for this planet. It's amazing. More I grow, more I understand and see this unbelievable spiritual richness this planet holds. It's a treasure. So, that is these are options we have. To leave the body willingly, but that decision is on a soul level, it's not on a consciousness level. Or to renegotiate our soul contracts, or not to have any soul contracts at all, or any kind of contract. And to be a freelancer, to be a stem cell, cosmic stem cell, to be one who can freely join any work you find interesting and fun, and leave it when you feel that you should leave, when it doesn't resonate anymore with you. So freedom is not static, freedom is not passive. Freedom is in choice. In order to terminate, to vocalize your retrieval from any contracts and agreements, you just need to say it. You go into your heart, into your soul, feel this I am. And you simply use your words. I'm not giving formulas. Say something like revoke my consent to be part of any agreement, any contract with any party. Now and forever. That's it. Your signature is your word. And you cannot go back to your word. You cannot break it. Soul doesn't know how to lie. That's invention of the mind. Lie. All you need is to say it from the position of your inner self, your I am. And that becomes your personal law. Foundation of internal constitution. I said it. And there is a part of self that relaxed, and I didn't even know that there is some tension there. Like part of my inner being, a core of my inner being, that is feeling whole again. Different kind of peace. It's not peace of the consciousness of the mind, not even the peace on the level of the soul. Okay, so that much I wanted to share with you. That's a huge topic. So we would need few weekend workshops to go into different angles of this topic. I just wanted to share some information with you, some knowledge, to celebrate this moment and bring your attention, my personal moment, and bring your attention to it so that you can give informed consent, not blind consent. Is there any questions?
Hi.
Hi, Stephanie.
Does this mean then that, when we say trust in the universe, does this mean that we no longer look to trust in the universe, that we look to ourselves?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not a distrust in the universe.
Oh, no.
You don't feel a need to rely on anything outside of you for the guidance and for providing anything that is beneficial for you or anyone. Simply you can 111% rely on yourself, truly. And in that sense you become like a godlike, like a junior god, you would say.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Igor. My name is Sher. I'm from South Africa. I just wanted to know, I had an experience where I was poisoned and I had that near death. And this blue light came in and said to me, do you want to stay or do you want to go? And I said, no, I'm staying. And it said to me, your life will change dramatically. So I said, that's fine. I don't identify with anything. I don't need to identify with anything. So I'm very happy whatever the changes are. And basically the change was almost from going from a teacher, a spiritual teacher, to a manufacturer. And I'm loving it. But what I wanted to know is that the soul contract that
Yes.
we're talking about? Because that was great joy. That was like massive joy.
Yes, definitely it's a joy, soul is created from light of love, of joy, of all the blessings. So that's like goodness itself. And definitely there is nothing unpleasant on that level.
So still, I mean, you can still get spiritual guidance, but it's not like you need it per se. As you say, you can rely on yourself. You can ask yourself, should I do this? You know, should I be with this person? That kind of thing. As in, you know, people that you meet, and they can sometimes pull down your energy. That doesn't seem to happen so much anymore. It's
Yes.
just almost like oblivious of it, but other people are very conscious of it.
Yes. So you see, basically you sign the soul agreement without reading it. And and there is no bad agreements, you know, like you cannot make mistake on that level, basically. Spirit offered you so your life will transform, was the sentence, and waiting for your question, in what way? And you would get full information. In what way? What does it mean actually? But you were not interested. You wanted transformation. You accepted it. That's it. You contract signed, verbal contract, yeah, agreement.
Yeah.
And there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. Just I am extremist for individual freedom. You know, I'm so much focused on it. And if it is not 111% freedom, I feel like I'm betraying myself and the God, Creator. Not fully potential.
I would think that I would need that step though before I get to that place, you know?
Yes.
I have had my own energy used against me, that kind of, you know, with sort of individuals. I have had that, and I didn't want that anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah. So my point is simply that you should not try to force freedom on yourself because you have idea that you should ask for freedom at any cost. Basically, we should follow our hearts, whatever we feel is a natural next stage of our development, we should pursue it. So absolutely, there cannot be forcing the freedom onto yourself. Okay, so whatever is natural next phase, we embrace it, you go through it. Okay, I'm not suggesting anyone should or shouldn't do anything. I'm just sharing information, you know, and sharing my choice. Yeah. That's all. No suggestion at all.
No, thank you. I think it's very necessary to have people like you on the planet, especially at this time, because there's loss of freedom. So I think it's very important for there to be physical, you know, representation of true freedom.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions? Yes, Catherine.
Hi there. When are you running the workshops? I feel like you've just started to peel back something that's starting to make an awful lot of sense and things I've been feeling and seeing recently, and I quite like to know a little bit more because I'm feeling a bit, oh, hang on, this is starting to make a little bit of sense to me.
Yeah. So please, this is not I need to say it's not a sales pitch. So I don't want to sell you some workshop or course or something. It's a party for me. It's celebration. You know, it's a joyful moment. I just said that there should be much more time to go through all the aspects, important aspects. There is one course I'm thinking to conduct for quite some time now. And it's, I would call it like a recreation of yourself. So basically, you cannot liberate old self. what you can do, and it's God-given ability. That's interesting. God gave us this ability to create ourselves anew, to be co-creators. Yeah, we hear this word co-creation. But co-creation of what? Like of New Age or this humanity planet? No. First, create yourself anew. And as a new self, then look around and see what kind of work should be done, what you are drawn to, And basically it means, yes, also physical recreation, regeneration of the physical body, recreation of the mind, recreation of the consciousness, recreation of the aura, recreation of the soul, and recreation of the very self. This I am feeling, this divine spark that is core of your soul. That's something I discovered. It was shared with me. And not that I'm in some ways specific or special in any way. No. Creator created all the human beings eager to share this total freedom. That's his hobby. That's what he wants to see, and that's his enjoyment. And think about it. If there is something that is given, there is no total freedom. Only when you can create for yourself everything anew, all the constitutive elements of the human being, including this spiritual spark, this I am, the very self. When you create that, and after it, everything else, all the other elements, all the subtle bodies, all the aura, energy, everything, mind, consciousness, soul, then you are responsible. You created yourself. You cannot blame creator or universe or anyone or anything else for any suffering you may have. So that's kind of a course I wanted to share at some point, so I will inform you when it will be conducted, because it's like a total reset, You're not healing any specific issues on any level, you just reboot. Like restart computer, That's basically approach. But with the aim to create yourself as total free person, as a vehicle of freedom. Okay, I hope that satisfies your curiosity, Katrina. Yeah?
Yes, thank you. And I just wanted to say thank you. When you spoke about your love for this planet, the power of emotion that came over from your words was just amazing. So thank you for sharing that. That love is just
huge.
Thank you for that. It was so beautiful. Thank you.
Yes. And it happened just relatively recently when my contract soul agreement terminated, So what came in its, I love the planet, but this is infatuation. This is like this teenage crazy passion. What I speak, like a first love, you're like drunk with it, you're crazy about it. It's really, really powerful. So you don't need contract. There is this passion driving you. Yeah. Thank you. Any more questions? Okay. Thank you so much for attending this party. So grateful for your presence, beyond kind presence, and seeing you on some other occasion, celebrating some other level of freedom. Yes?